Good afternoon, dear children. Welcome to Moral Class. Hope you are all doing great. Today we are going to study our fourth lesson. The title of the lesson is Akbar Learns to Carve. Okay, the title of the lesson is Akbar Learns to Carve. Now all of you take your moral book and turn page number 10. Have you taken? Take page number 10. Shall we start, dear children? Okay, let us move into the story. Akbar learns to carve. Listen. The boy settled down beside the small square slab of red sandstone, said a quick prayer, and then picked up the hammer and chisel. A few days ago, he had begun to carve a row of bells and chains of the stone. He put the point of his chisel against a half-done bell and began to tap it carefully with a hammer. He narrowed his eyes into slits as slivers of stone flew up and softly hummed to himself. All around him, other stone carvers were at work. Okay, dear children, here one boy sat near the square red stone. Okay. Every day before started his work, he used to pray. Okay, dear children. So the boy sat near the square red stone. He quickly began his work by starting with prayer and picking up a hammer and a chisel. You may all know what is hammer, isn't it, dear children? Yes. Then chisel. It is a sharp, flat metal blade. Okay. Sharp, flat metal blade. Okay, dear children. So the boy sat near the red stone and every day he used to pray before starting his work. Then he picking up a chisel and a hammer. Okay. A few days ago he started to carve the bells. Okay. Before few days the boy started to carve the bells and rings over the bells on the stone. Okay, so the boy carefully carved the bell with a hammer. Okay, dear children. So when he do carving with a hammer, some stone particles that slit into his eyes, into the boy's eyes. Okay, dear children. So simultaneously he would humming something in a low voice. In that place, other members also busy in their work around him. Okay, dear children. So the boy is doing work. So when he is doing work, when he do carving with a hammer, some stone sparkles slit into his eyes. So simultaneously he would humming something in a low voice. In that place, other members also busy in their work around him. Okay, dear children. Okay. Next para. Keshav was 10 years old and still learning his work. He could carve simple designs in straight lines and curves. These bells were the most complicated design he had ever tried. But Keshav knew he would one day carve intricate screens and delicate borders, lotus flowers, sinuous snakes, and prancing horses, just like his father did. Okay. The boy's name is Keshav. He was 10-year-old and now he was listening his work. Once a father showed up, he could carve straight lines and curved designs. Okay. Keshav can carve straight lines and curved designs. Of all the carving works he had done till now, the most difficult work is to make the bells. Okay. So all the carving works he had done, he can do. But the most difficult is to make the bells. Okay, to make the bells. Keshav was 10-year-old. So now he could carve straight lines and curved designs. So of all the carving works he had done, he can do, but the most difficult work is to make the bells. Okay, dear children. So Keshav knew that one day would surely come when he could work with the fine works like very fine lotus flowers and horses carving on the stones. Okay, so one day he will become a good carver, like that he believed. Okay, dear children. So next para. Many years ago, even before he was born, his parents had come to Agra from far off Gujarat. Emperor Akbar was building the Agra fort and his father worked there. Keshav was born in Agra and had never been to his native village. For him, the streets of Agra and now Sikri were home. Okay, dear children, now here, many years ago, when Keshav was not even born, his parents immigrated to Agra from Gujarat. Okay. Many years ago, when he was not even born, his parents, whose parents? Yes, Keshav's parents immigrated to Agra from Gujarat. So at that time, Akbar was building Agra fort. Okay. You may all know who is Akbar. Yes, he was a emperor, isn't it, dear children? Akbar. He was a great emperor. So at that time, Akbar was building Agra fort. Okay. So that place, Keshav father got work there. Okay. Keshav father got work there. So Keshav also born in Agra. He never got a chance to go his native place. Okay, in that place they mentioned. Okay, so many years ago, when he was not even born, when Keshav was not even born, his parents immigrated to Agra from Gujarat. Okay, so at that time Akbar was building Agra fort. Keshav father got job there. Okay, he got work there. Okay, dear children. Look here, next para. Due to all the tapping and scraping around him, Keshav did not hear the footstep of the emperor and he was startled by a voice saying, "Wow, these bells are pretty. Have you made them?" Turning and squinting against the sun, he saw the silhouette of a man standing behind him. "Of course, I have made the bells," he said shortly. "Can't you see I'm carving the stone?" The man laughed. "Of course, it's just that you look so young." "I'm 10. 10?" The man perched himself. Keshav was sincerely working, sincerely carving, isn't it, dear children? So all the sides he can hear only the sounds of hammer, like tuck 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 tuck. So all the sides he can hear only the sounds of hammer. So he could not even hear the sounds of someone's footstep. Okay, dear children. So suddenly he was shocked to hear a voice on his ears. That man said, "How beautiful are these? Have you made yourself?" So when Keshav turned back and raised his eyes, he saw a man. One man was standing there. Okay. So Keshav said, "Now, of course, I have made these bells. Can't you see me? That I'm designing on the stones. Don't you see I'm carving a stone?" Like that, Keshav asked that man in a strong voice. Okay. One man came. That man said, "How beautiful are these? Have you made yourself?" So Keshav turned back and raised his eyes. Then Keshav said, "Now, of course, I have made these bells. Can't you see me? Don't you see I'm carving on a stone?" In a strong voice, he asked. Okay. So then the man smiled and said, "I can see, but you look very small," because Keshav was 10-year-old, isn't it, dear children? That's why the man smiled and said, "I can see, but you look very small." So the man said while sitting on the stone nearby, "Oh, 10. Then you are a very big. I also took part in the war at the age of 13. Look here, children. Page number 11, last line. 10. The man perched himself on a piece of sandstone lying nearby. That's really old. I was fighting a war at 13. So, the man said, while sitting on a stone nearby Keshav, and said, "Oh, 10. Then you are a very big child." Because when he was to part in the war, his age is 30. Okay, 30. So, next para. Now Keshav could see the man more clearly. He was over 30, of medium height, and wore a white angarha and pyjamas. His long hair was tucked into a dark red turban. Is he a nobleman? Keshav wondered, noticing the strand of large pearls around his neck and rings on his fingers. He studied the big-nosed, large eyes and the full teeth with a droopy mustache as the man pointed to the carvings and said, "The chain needs some work." Before Keshav could reply, there was the sound of running feet and one of the palace guards came up painting. Okay, ma. Now the small boy Keshav was carving, isn't it, dear children? So now Keshav was able to see that man well. One man came, isn't it, dear children? Now Keshav was able to saw that man. He must have been above the age of 30. Okay. He was light in color. He wore a white angarha and pyjamas. He has a long hair. That man looked like a very big man. Okay. So that time Keshav heard a loud noise of someone's coming. Okay, dear children, look here, page number 12, third para. Before Keshav could reply, there was a sound of running feet and one of the palace guards came up panting. So now he can hear a loud noise of someone's coming. He is no one else, a soldiers of palace guards. Okay, soldiers, one of the soldiers. Then here look, he said, "Pardon me, Huzoor, I did not know you had come." Then he turned to a bustled Keshav and glared, "Stand up, you fool! How dare you sit before the emperor?" Bowed to him. So he said, "Huzoor." Huzoor means emperor. Okay. On seeing Akbar, that soldier said, "Huzoor, emperor, sorry, I did not know about your arrival." Then he turned and stared at Keshav. Okay. And that guard said, "Stand up, you foolish! How dare you sitting in front of the emperor?" Bowed and salute him like that. That soldier said. That time only Keshav know that man was a emperor. Yes, that man was Akbar. So now Keshav got an idea and he can understood something. The chisel fell down from his hand and he quickly got up and stand. He thought, "Oh, he was an Emperor Akbar?" As soon as he bowed and saluted and looked at Akbar with nervous eyes. Okay, ma? So now only Keshav knew that man was the emperor, the great emperor Akbar. So look here. Akbar looked at the officious guard with a touch of irritation. "That will do, soldier." He gave a quick dismissive shake of his head. "Now please leave us alone." As the guard left, Keshav wondered what he should do. Go back to his carving or stand at attention waiting for the Badshah's orders? His heart was still beating wildly, but he was not feeling scared anymore because Akbar was smiling kindly at him. Okay, ma. Now Akbar did not like the interference of soldier. One soldier came, isn't it, dear children? So Akbar said to the soldier, "Okay, soldier, leave us alone for a while. So later the soldier was gone, but now Keshav was confused that what is he should do? Return to his carving work or should wait for the king's order? Like that, Keshav was confused. His heart is beating. Keshav's heart is beating, but now he was not scared because Akbar was smiling lovingly at him. Okay, Akbar was smiling lovingly at Keshav. Look here, page number 12, last. What is your name? Akbar asked gently. Keshav, son of Madhav, he replied precisely. Will you teach me how to carve? Keshav, a tousled head nodded vigorously. Then you will have to find me a hammer and a chisel. In a flash, Keshav ran to his father, grabbed his hammer and chisel, and came shrieking back. With a companionable grin, Akbar settled down on the ground beside him, pulling a small piece of sandstone closer and said, "Thick high, now what do I do?" Now Akbar asked to Keshav, "What's your?" He asked in a soft voice, "Okay, what's your name?" Then he replied, "Keshav." Then Akbar asked, "Keshav, will you teach me how to carve?" Then confused Keshav nodded his head immediately. Okay. Then Akbar asked, "Then you have to arrange a hammer and a chisel for me as well." So Keshav quickly ran to his father and got hammer and chisel and came back immediately. Okay, dear children. So Akbar sat on the ground near Keshav and Akbar said, "Now tell me what I have to do." Then look page number 13, second line, second para. Keshav looked doubtfully at Akbar. "Should you do this, Huzur?" "Why not? I'm sure I'll be able to learn." "No, I mean, you are a Badshah after all." Keshav gave a doleful shake of his head. "It's not right." Akbar's grin widened. "Acha, but last week I was helping to carry basket of mud. This is a much easier work." Still looking doubtful, Keshav sat down beside Akbar and reached out to show him the correct way to hold the chisel. Then, just like his father had taught him, he drew a simple pattern of lines on the stone with a piece of charcoal and said sternly, "Carve along these lines carefully." Akbar put the chisel on the stone and brought down the hammer with a bang, making a deep cut. "No, no," Keshav said hurriedly. Tap the hammer gently like this." And he showed Akbar how, and half close your eyes and the chips fly up suddenly. Akbar gave a half smile. "Ji Hazur." Now Keshav looked doubtfully at Akbar because Akbar doing carving work, isn't it, dear children? So Keshav asked to Akbar, "Oh, are you doing this work?" Like that Keshav asked to Akbar. Then Akbar replied, "Why not? I'm sure that I will learn this carving work." So now Keshav got tensed because Keshav said to Akbar, "You are such a great king. Why are you doing this work?" So Akbar laughed and said, "I have helped someone last week in carrying muds." Do you know, like that Akbar said to Keshav. So Keshav was still in shock. He sat near Akbar and taught him how to hold the chisel and how to hold the hammer. Okay, and also Keshav drew a line on the stone with charcoal and said to Akbar, "Look only these lines and carve very carefully." Okay, dear children. So Keshav said to Akbar, "You have to give a light pressure." Okay, while carving, you have to give a light pressure with a hammer like this. He showed. Okay, and also keep your eyes closed lightly, else the particles will go inside the eyes, said Keshav to Akbar. Then Akbar said, yes, Azur. Like that, Akbar said to Keshav. Okay, ma. Now turn next page. Page number 14. Keshav smiled back. He had nearly forgotten that the man sitting beside him, frowning at his chisel, was the emperor of the Hindustan. He was enjoying himself showing off to a clumsy adult. He watched carefully as Akbar carved along the lines and then frowned as it came out uneven. He clicked his tongue in disapproval as Akbar said, as not good, Keshav? Akbar sat back and watched Keshav at work. The man and boy absorbed in what they were doing were unaware of the fact that the other stone calves were watching them with great interest. Observing the boy's quickness of eye, Akbar said softly, one day, Keshav, you will be a great artist. He had noticed that Keshav was not sticking exactly to the design drawn on the stone and was adding little touches that made the carving prettier. Maybe one day you will come and work in my karkhanas. What is that? Once these places are complete and people have come from Agra to live here, I'll build the karkhanas. These will be workshops where the best artists and craftsmen of my kingdom will work. Miniature painters, carpet weavers, stone and wood carvers. Seeing the way of Keshav's work, Akbar said softly, Keshav, see, one day you will be a big artist. Maybe one day you might will work in my factory. Like that, Akbar said to Keshav, because in future Akbar will build the factory. In that factory, the best artist of the world will work. So Akbar invited Keshav. Okay. So Keshav smiled and said, yes, I will definitely like to work there. Then Akbar stood up while going, tapped Keshav's shoulder with great love and said, good son, continue your work. Then Keshav asked Akbar, will you come again? Then Akbar replied, yes, I will definitely come. After that, the whole day people crowded around Keshav. So Keshav said all about the meeting with Akbar. Now it was late night. Keshav was very tired. But where did he sleep? So he slowly entered to his father's bed. The father smiled and said to Keshav, you have become so famous. Then Keshav told his father that Akbar, the great emperor, told me that one day I'll become very big artist, and said softly that our king is very good person. Then the father replied, perfect, like that. Okay, dear children, from the story, what you understood? Yes, we have to respect others and their work, isn't it, dear children? So in this story, Akbar, a great emperor, even though he spent his time and he admired the poor innocent boy Keshav's work. Okay, dear children. And also the author Subhadra Sen Gupta portrays the value for national and civic property. Okay, ma? So question answer for this story I'll send through WhatsApp. Hope you understood this story. We will meet you in the next class. Thank you.